Well, welcome once again to the Mike Saunders Project. I, of course, am Mike Saunders, and here with me is Jerry.
My lips are dry.
I'm dry too. And we're doing, what was the movie we were doing?
Island of the Lost.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, No, it's Island of the Lost. Yeah, I read that right.
It's another Ryan McDermott classic here.
Prick.
And it's a 1967 film. I guess it's a monster movie. Usually when we start watching one of these, I usually look up on IMDb or Wikipedia just to get like a feel for what the movie is. And I came across this review, a user review on IMDb. The guy gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And it says, I obtained this title from a mate last year.
He's British.
He's been after it for a while. Robin Hood star Gene... blah, 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 blah.
Want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
Robin Hood star Richard Green and family, including Luke Haplin from Flipper, end up on an uncharted island in the South Seas and encounter dangers such as saber-toothed dogs and ostriches with fins attached. I can't wait to see that. They end up shipwrecked when they're... Shipwrecked. I can't do it either.
They wrecked them!
Let's switch. Let's just hand it back and forth every sentence.
They end up... it's like reading aloud in like social studies. Okay, you read one sentence, and they end up shipwrecked when their boat gets destroyed. In the storm, they build their own raft to escape the end of the movie. Throughout all of this, they are being watched by natives who try to capture them, but they fail. I enjoyed this movie, and it is worth getting a hold of if you are lucky.
This guy sounds like an ass.
Unfortunately, I don't feel lucky.
Oh, I want to point out on the back that under special features it says English 2.0 in parentheses Dolby Digital. So is that like bragging that it has 2.0 sound instead of like 5.1 or like a good sound system?
I don't know.
2 speakers.
I feel like I'm living on the dark side of the moon and you're on the light side.
I am a Watto. I live on the blue side of the moon.
I'm a watcher. I'm not allowed to interfere.
Should you jerk off? That was stupid.
Alright, so...
interactive menus. Digitally mastered.
He also said, if you can see that crazy face on there.
Way dark.
Way dark. You can get
I bet you that's not even in the movie.
Oh, it's not. That's what I was getting at. There you go. You can kind of see right there. None of what's on the cover is in the movie. He said just disregard the cover. 92 minutes. Did you read this?
No.
Mild adventure, action, and peril.
Oh, no.
Rated PG for
it looks
mild
like it's going to be a
action.
serious horror movie by the cover.
Yeah, but it's like a...
Wait, what is the line his DVD's called at the top?
DVD
movie premiere. Fuck you.
DVD movie premiere. I need to get some light for over here.
Yeah, I already feel my blood starting to boil. This ain't good.
Alright, we'll get into it. What's the name of this movie again?
Island of the Lost. Lost what? I don't know.
Lost Time. This was never on the movie.
No, that was not even close to in the movie. Nor was that.
Well, maybe.
There was an island.
Well, first, before we say anything, it says interactive menu. First of all, that's a falsehood.
You got 2 options: seed select,
and one of them is
movie.
play movie. I don't know why they put a select scenes because there's no scenes that anyone. If someone has already seen this movie, there's no way that they're going to be like, "Oh, remember the scene where they made everything in a day?"
No, I don't.
Yeah, see, this movie was fucking terrible.
It's like Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
the exact same thing with just. Start like you said. Tell them about the.
Well, the quality of the film's bad, just right out of the gate. I'm not talking about the direction. I'm not talking about the acting. Well, those were bad, yes, but we'll get into that. But let's focus on the film quality itself at first. The movie came out in what, 1967?
Yep.
Any movies come to mind that also came out in 1967?
When did the Planet of the Apes movie come out?
No idea.
That was 69.
That's 2 years. That's a long time.
I can't think of any
Oh,
movies.
well, it's bogging down. Can't be having that. Fucking, yeah, the film quality is pretty bad. Everything's blurry. It's hard to get distinct pictures.
Then the island itself is, I guess they were trying to go with some kind of like mystical, mysterious island, and
Well, I felt it was pretty mysterious because it was all blurry. I couldn't really see what was going on.
it was filmed through a cheesecloth. So there was these ostrich dinosaurs that were screaming.
I thought those were kind of neat.
They were pretty savage.
They push you over and then just ostrich kick you to death. It's pretty brutal.
As they screamed.
Going back to the ostrich kick.
Yeah, so the ostriches were just, and they would scream, "Ah!" the whole time. Oh man! Then there was these alligators that were dressed all up to look like they were
had like Lady Liberty spines on the head and
Yeah.
like a fin on the back.
And then the saber-toothed dogs.
Those were bad. It
They
just
just
looked
had
like sticks.
just sticks sticking out. Oh.
We wouldn't have known they were saber tooth if it hadn't said so on the back. That's the only reason I know.
It was full of. Did it say so on the back?
Yeah, I thought so.
No, you know what it was? It was in that review that we read. That I read in the beginning.
that was in the review.
There was all these stock footage clips of
Underwater
nature shows and lava. Like from those old, when you were in science classes, they show you those videos of volcanoes. Like they just took footage out of that. And what was the plot of that movie?
They're anthropologists. Alright, so Dr. What's-his-fuck?
I was calling him Dr. Dad.
Yeah, Dr. Dad is going on an expedition to an island. He's an anthropologist. He's got his family on board, some kid, and then some Asian chick. Who I have no family. I do not. I am an orphan. I do not know who my family is.
Maybe she was Hawaiian though, because she knew they were in the.
She was sexy. I'll give her that. She was sexy.
What about his oldest daughter?
Oh no, she had a weird head, and that was a wig. And don't ask me about the other daughter.
Why? Because she was 7.
Yeah, you didn't have to say it. Now I sound like a creep.
Because she was Angelica from the Rugrats.
And now I'm a creep. So anyway, they're there. They're on the dock going to the island, and this quarterback football player shows up. Turns out he's an anthropologist too.
He's like a Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. So he convinces him to take him to the island. They go to the island, and it turns out that islanders it's a part of an islander ritual where they go there in order to become king, like survive on the island for an indeterminate amount of time, and then you come home.
Which the entire movie you're unclear how much time has passed.
One night passes for sure because they show it. So I know definitely one day to night cycle happens.
But clearly they were there. Well, I don't know. Maybe that all just happened in 48 hours.
Oh God, that's preposterous.
Soundtrack was all misplaced.
Yeah. We should talk about the seal. You like that? Griff the seal.
Was that the name?
Yeah, I think it was Griff.
It doesn't say it up there.
Jose de Vega as Tupuna.
So, what should I say about the seal? The seal, it looks like the seal was never filmed. Like, they had the seal for a few days and filmed all his scenes first and then cut it into the rest of the movie because he was never with any other actor except for one scene in the beginning. The seal, maybe it was an afterthought.
I think so. The seal only was even spoken about twice. And that's in the at the very beginning. The girl talks about it, and then Captain Dad at the end is like, "Oh look, there's Griff. Oh, where's Griff?" And then he comes up barking and doing whatever seals do, and the whole family has the moment at the end. It's real neat in TV. That was an
It wasn't because I was trying to think of what I was going to say. What I was going to say is the Ryan Gosling character, he broke out twice into these great action moves, beating up Islanders, which is kind of odd.
They had knives and spears, and like they didn't use them on him.
No, they used one spear on him, close range, and didn't kill him.
Well, I don't know. I think it's very funny. It's like the spear is a lot longer than your arm. It's like, yeah, you ain't coming near me, Buster.
How about when the alligator assaulted Tapuna and he made that huge...
I think it was supposed to be poisonous.
Okay, but what happened was... is he pretty much... Did the alligator slap him with his tail or something?
It looked like it.
And then his calf was just bruised. So what they did was they found some maraschino cherries and they squished the juice and made him drink it, and he got all better. How about when all the rocks fell on Captain Dad's legs, but then he just gets up and swims like it's no problem?
Oh yeah, and they're totally not broken.
Yeah, so every time there's a conflict in the movie, it's resolved almost immediately, so there's no tension really.
The pacing of it feels like it's made for television.
Made for eternity.
Yeah, like there's obvious pauses in scenes where commercial breaks might fit in. I mean, it's not like it's actual blank space and time, but with the pacing of the, I don't know, I feel like calling this thing a film is a stretch. So I don't even know what I want to call it.
Well, it's like
shit.
It's like when they used to make television movies to see if the ratings were good enough to make a television show.
Oh, the pilot.
I want to say MASH was that kind of thing, but it wasn't. That was a regular movie.
Yeah. And then people liked it.
Maybe was Land of the Lost one of those?
I don't know.
Because they made a television
show. Wait, the original or the? Because there's one that came out in either the 70s or the 60s or 70s, and there's the one that came out in the 90s.
Okay, I didn't realize it was two different things. I don't know. I can't think of any examples.
Butt plugs. This movie's total poop, with a little bit of pee-pee and then some farts for flavor.
Pee-pee. Ryan McDermott is such a dick.
Yeah,
every time I asked him, like, well, what is it about? He would just giggle. I can't believe it says PG because of mild adventure, action, and peril.
Mild peril. Artificially induced excitement. No, the Asian girl, and that's super cute, though. She's cute.
There's a lot of creepy scenes between Captain Dad and his daughters.
Let's not forget two unnecessary dance scenes, one of them being a hula.
Oh, yeah.
Mecca-lecca, Mecca-lecca.
From Sarah Marshall. Hello, hello. Look, I'm doing a luau.
We are doing luau's.
He was going, whoa, 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 whoa. They're not Native Americans.
I'm trying to think of what else I hated about this movie.
How about when they built that village in 30 seconds?
No, they built a fucking boat in half as much time.
Because it wasn't clear of the time frame of the movie, when they built shelter after their boat sunk, it seems like they built it in 20 minutes. And it was stuff like... It was kind of shit. Remember when the Simpsons did that Simpsons Family Robinson episode where they had like a water slide?
Oh, but that was fantasy.
Yeah, but it's the same kind of feel that it had, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
How about when he built the xylophone?
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
And the pipes so that Griff the Seal...
Griff the Seal plays with him too. They dance like white people in the 60s.
With their god-awful slacks. The Captain Dad's slacks were disgusting. They looked like those really dark blue tarps.
One scene where I can't remember what they were doing, but the dude was wearing the real short shorts and like the crotch was darker, so it looked like he pissed himself.
How about Tapuna was wearing this like...
Oh, you mean awesome character actor Jose De Vega? Look him up if you can find any of his work. It's I don't think it's existent. I'm joshing you.
His pants, one of them was always tucked far up into his gooch.
That's pretty bad.
How about all the scuba scenes? This had more scuba scenes than anything I've ever seen.
Then Scuba the movie, Scuba 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Scuba 2. Scuba. Scuba.
Scuba.
Scuba.
Scuba. Alright, that's enough of that. That'll go on forever.